Making money as a starting event host can really be made easy, but you need to remember and always have at the back of your mind that is a long-term journey. If making money from speaking is your goal, then that's a good one, but it's not enough, and it's not the only motivation that will keep you going as a starting and aspiring event host. Hi, my name is Mary Sabo. I'm a professional events MC who has been doing this for a couple years, and on this video I'll be sharing with you principles of making money as a starting, aspiring, budding and beginner event host. Use those words interchangeably like you like. In this video, I want to share with you the basic principles that would help you to making money as an event host. You are tired of speaking for free. You are tired of anchoring events and no form of compensation or payment is coming for you. This video is exactly what you need to watch to know what to do. What are the things that are likely to increase your earning potential? Starting out, I started out with many different things. When I was in the university, I did a lot of stuff. I used to do natural hair styling, bridal hair styling. I was a nail technician at some point. I was a makeup artist at some point. I was a masseuse at some point. I worked as a receptionist at some point. Everything I just found myself doing, I made sure that I do them well. So I think that the first point I'll be mentioning here is whatever it is your hands finds to do right now, ensure that you're doing it well, because you never know where it's gonna take you to really. At the time, looking back in retrospect of when I was doing all of this many different roles, I didn't know that it was teaching me interpersonal relations, because you're going to meet with a lot of people from different walks of life. Some people be crazy, some people be cool. You know, whatever the case is, you're learning how to relate with people at the different frequency that they are all operating on. So this teaches you an important skill. So whatever it is you're doing, if you're in school right now and they're giving you the task of maybe you're the class rep, or you know, you do assignments for your classmates and they pay you for it, pay you like some money for it. If you're a project manager, whatever it is that your hands finds to do, I want you to think about your life right now and think about the many different things that you're doing, whether as a business or as a temporal job you're taking right now. I want you to know that all of these skills that you're learning, relating with the many different people that you have to relate with, is leading you to where you want to be. It's serving a purpose, it's training you, it's teaching you, you know, all of the necessary skills you need to know. So whatever your hands finds to do right now, in the now, ensure to do them well. Because at the time when I was doing all of these things, I didn't have an idea that what I was going to do primarily or majorly at the later part of my life will be corporate events hosting. I just knew that I enjoy serving people. And let me tell you what, event hosting is about serving people. You need to remember that although they invite you and you're the person standing in front of the audience, the event is not about you, and it's about the audience that you're there to speak to and the brand that employed your services. Never ever forget this, because a lot of people forget this and they go and begin to share about personal stories about their life and whatnot. I'm not saying there's not a place for this. There's absolutely a place for this, especially when it closely aligns with the theme of the event that you're hosting. But if not, make sure you keep emphasizing the message of the brand that's employed your service, because they ask you to be their mouthpiece, because they trust you and believe that you're able to send across the message of their brand to the audience, right? So yeah. So the next point I'd like to mention that is a significant and important principle to earning or making money as an event host, as a starting event host, is serve. Yes, you heard me right. Serve. In whatever capacity you find yourself, make sure that you're serving. Especially now that you have gained some form of clarity that is really events hosting, professional events hosting, you want to build a career in, begin to serve. Yes, begin to serve. Volunteer for roles. You could volunteer to be a part of the media team for events. Just do things around events. And the key to serving so that you don't feel like you are being used is serving at events that closely align with the things that you love to hear about, the things that you love to speak about. If you're someone who loves personal development, you love women, or you love men, or you love tech, or yeah, I've had instances where medical professionals are also building career in the media space. So they attend events that is medically inclined but handle the media aspect of it. So you need to find out the things that you love to hear about and volunteer your service and your time to begin to serve at events such as this. It would go a long way in helping you understand how behind the scenes work, what it takes to pull off an event that is about what you like to do. And eventually, never know, an opportunity can come up and they'll be in need of a compare, and then you tell them that this is something that you can handle for them, and it'll be easy to entrust you with it because you volunteered your service and time for free. However, this is different for different people. If you are not just starting out and you have gained some form of years of experience, volunteering for events, you are going to have to be strategic about it. You cannot just volunteer for just any event. You need to be very intentional about the brands that you volunteer for. Brands that are doing things closely in line with the things that you're passionate about, the things that you love, the things that you enjoy, right? It was because I volunteered for many different things. That's why now I'm able to choose and decide for myself that I want to stay very closely with corporate events. I tried doing wedding and social gatherings before. The energy that I exerted was a lot. I came back home really tired and I'm like, no, you know what? This is not something I have sufficient energy for to keep doing consistently. I'm the English speaking girl, so events that needs me to properly articulate my words are the type of events that I would really flow better at, right? So yes, the next point I would also like to mention is knowing your niche. When you have found out the types of events that you really love to serve at, it's gonna help filter out events that are not useful to you. If you know you're the kind of person that whenever they call you for social events, you have that energy for it and you really enjoy it. For people who like wedding parties and all that, they have enough energy for that and they're able to pull the crowd in and make sure that everybody has a good time without feeling exhausted. Yeah, they can become wedding MCs, right? But if you're the cool, calm, collected, properly articulated person, you could do well serving at corporate events. There are other people who like serving at tech events. They're just techies who enjoy serving at tech events, NGOs and all of that stuff. So you really need to figure out for yourself if it's formal events or informal events that you want to function and build a niche at. Your personality type is going to help you figure out what it is that you're capable of handling. It's going to take some time. You're going to try a couple of events before finally figuring out the one that you really enjoy to do with the littlest of effort and get the most of results. That's what this thing is about. The next point I'd like to mention is that your presentation matters. How you present yourself matters. I like to call it personal branding. You're starting now. It's not out of place to begin to build and be conscious of a personal brand. When you show up at an event, what do you want people to say about you? These are the ideas, these are the thought pattern that is going to help you fish and flesh out the things that you want to remain at the top of the minds of people, that, oh, when they call this girl, she's an eloquent speaker and she is human, right? She has a good sense of humor. You don't have to be a comedian to be an event host, right? But a good sense of humor, relatable stories here and there. You don't have to tell jokes, but sometimes you're going to say something that will be funny, and that is in the right place at the right time when you start hosting as many events as possible. So you want to pay attention to how you look. How do you look? Show up. What do people think about you? What are your choice of colors? Are you a flamboyant dresser, or do you dress cool, calm? What's your body type, and what are the outfits that can fit your body type? If you're a man, there are certain outfits that would fit your specific body type. If you're plump, there are outfits that you'd wear that would go so well with your body type. If you're slim, there are outfits that you wear that would do great and flatter your body type. Now, as ladies, you know the different body types that we have. Maybe I'll do an exclusive video. Just let me know in the comment section if you want me to do exclusive video on like body types and how to dress for it, especially in tune with a corporate event host, because the truth is you're going to actually need these things for yourself. Once you understand your personal style, you can easily infuse it for any event of your choice, right? So for me as an event brand, if you check my page on Instagram at the Mary Sabo, I go with colors that accentuates my skin tone. I'm a very intentional person. So when I'm going for events, I love the intentionality to show. So I hosted an event in Lagos, Nigeria, and the theme for the event is the Radiance Life. Best believe I had to go and get an outfit that reflects that. It was an Ankara. I'll try to insert the video somewhere. It was an Ankara outfit, like a kimono. I wore a white shirt inside a black tie, but the outfit, the kimono, was very, very colorful. And so I just wanted to show intentionality. I also hosted an event in Ibadan, or your state, a girl child event, and their color for the day was pink. I had to go get an outfit that has pink in it, and it was chilled out, the girl child that I was talking to. And so it made it easy that when I came on the event day, they were able to see that this event host is actually very intentional about how she looks, how she shows up, and it helps people to treat you better, especially when you're able to present yourself very well. So I'll share something with you. I have this photographer that we're in a partnership with, and then I go in from time to time for studio session. Like today, I went for a studio session. And I said, you know what? This makeup ain't gonna waste. I'm gonna sit down and record content and video, sharing valuable insight with you, and that's why I'm seated here, and I'm super excited. And thank you for watching up until this point. I really appreciate your time. I hope that you're learning a thing or two from this video since you have been listening in. Okay, back to my story. So there's this photographer that we're in partnership with, going to the studio from time to time to take pictures, because I understand that how I look, how I present myself is so important. And I remember someone asking me for a referral, that they need a photographer, that they want to take pictures. I referred my photographer person, and the person went there and had expectations, right? Had expectations, and the expectations weren't met because of how I present myself. Now this is a growing brand that we have a partnership with, that I would go in, you'll take pictures at a very discounted rates for me. And I'm like, when the person said that she was disappointed or her expectation wasn't met, I felt some type of way that I was like, okay, should I go and partner with other photographers that are already out there? And I thought to myself, I spoke to a friend of mine as well, and she said to me, having someone who is willing to grow with your brand is so important. Do not trade that for anything. Does that mean you're not going to find time to go out and use other photographers and work with other creatives? No. It just means that in the now, we are choosing to grow with someone who sees the value in you and is willing to grow with you on this journey, on this career path. And I took that and went to do the photo shoot. By the time I'm editing this video, if the pictures are already out, I'm going to try to insert them somewhere so that you see how beautiful they look. Yeah, I think I'll put a video. I have a video of like the pictures slide from my phone, so I'm gonna put it somewhere so that you have a closer view of it. But yeah, that's it basically. Your personal brand is important. Maybe you're asking yourself, like, how do I build a personal brand? I have an entire video about that. Check somewhere along my videos. You're going to see something about personal branding, and I'm sure that it would greatly help you. Finally, the next point I'd like to make is closed mouths don't get fed. So you want to take it a step further. If you have volunteered for a couple of events and they are calling you up again and thinking that you will do it for free, and you know within yourself that it's going to cost you outfits, it's going to cost you logistics to and for the event venue, and then you should at least get some compensation for the time spent, because you're going to spend time researching about the speakers, connecting with people, delivering their message, all of these things should be paid for. So you can open your mouth and actually ask them what is their budget, especially when you're just starting out. You want to let people be aware of the fact that you do not do free events all the time. When you begin to put a price on it, they will honor that, and one way or another, if they didn't have a budget for it, they will carve a budget just because you ask. Because sometimes people are very comfortable receiving free services, especially when they know that you're great at what you do. So you have to open your mouth and begin to ask them what is their budget. So anytime they tell you what their budget is, do not settle for their budget. Always pitch yourself higher by an amount that is reasonable to you. One time I was working in 9 to 5 that was paying me 15,000 naira Nigerian money for 30 days that I'd sit in the office. And then one day I got an opportunity to host an event that paid me 20,000 naira for 3 hours. And when that happened, I'm like, what? I was like, wait, what? So someone can actually pay me to speak, pay me to actually guide the smooth flow of communications at their event? Now, the tricky side to this is events, especially when you're starting out, do not come back to back to back. It's not very consistent. So if you're deciding to do this full time, you have to have that at the back of your mind, that you have to have other things that you're doing that would bring in money for you. Because the real deal is, especially when you're just starting out, you're going to need something to hold yourself together, because these bills ain't gonna pay themselves, right? These bills ain't gonna pay themselves because you need money. So getting paid for the value that you bring to events to guide their smooth flow of communication is so important. All right, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you were able to learn a thing or two principle that is gonna help you as you continue in your journey as a starting aspiring beginner event host. I wish you all the very best, and until the next video, bye.